This is the problem. Spell check silently judges you 24/7 and offers a convenient way for you to fix your spelling, but you never actually get better at spelling. See, more typos. But what if we can get spell check to actually help you learn how to spell? Now you might be wondering, why not just learn how to type? Why not install better spell checker? Well, see, that's why I'm the visionary. One day, every single school in the country will have these electric keyboards to teach their kids how to type. This is a multi-million-dollar industry right here that I am creating. The first part of this is write some code, or more accurately like malware, that watches every single word I type and identifies which ones are typed incorrectly.
Bruh. Bruh.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now this is really cool. It will watch every single word I'm typing and detect if it's a typo or not. Watch this. It's actually pretty fast at detecting if it's a typo or not. The next part of this is to hook this up to the actual hardware component of it. And now this is a TENS unit. In better people's hands, this would be used as a post-workout muscle recovery system, but I have other use cases for this. You know, they say kids study hard in school. I guess if you don't do that, you'll end up strapping electrodes to your skin for entertainment. Alright, so this is from Amazon, pretty cheap, like $10, TENS unit. Electricity flows from here into this pad, into my skin, and into this pad. This is my first time actually using this, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, that's fine. I feel nothing yet. Alright, still like nothing. Alright, still nothing. 1 to 3, nothing. And 3 to 4, like spikes. Okay, now we know that works. The problem is I have to manually click the button here to actually activate it.
5 hours later.
I have everything hooked up right now, and I'm going to explain to you how it works. But I know you have extremely low attention spans. Here, Subway Surfers. But still, that's not enough. So I'm going to explain this to you while being violently shocked. The TENS unit, from what we talked about before, is what's sending the electric currents through my skin to violently shock me. However, I have to manually click on and off the TENS unit to actually use it. So the only way to remote control it is for us to hijack the circuit where the TENS unit is operating on. So if you throw a relay right in between the circuit, the relay can then turn on and off. If the relay is set to off, the circuit does not continue and I do not get shocked. My Mac right now is sending a signal to the Raspberry Pi saying, hey, keep shocking. If I click a button, no more shock. The Mac sends a signal to the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi talks to the relay and says turn off the signal, and now the circuit is turned off. If I turn it back on. Okay, so if I turn it back on, it's supposed to start shocking me. I really thought this would work on first try, but I guess it's not. Okay, it's been an agonizing few days, but I figured out what went wrong. When the relay closed, it also stopped the circuit from the TENS unit to my hands back to the TENS unit. The TENS unit then realized the circuit is turned off, and it itself just automatically turned off for safety reasons. Which is crazy that a $10 TENS unit from Amazon has a chip to detect circuit is interrupted, let me turn off. However, I used all 3 of my brain cells and I figured out a solution. Essentially, when the relay closes, we will divert the electricity from a TENS unit to another circuit. So the TENS unit always sees the flow of electricity going, but it just won't go through my skin, it will go through a dummy circuit. So the TENS unit thinks it's always on. However, we get to control where the electricity actually goes to. I'm editing this video right now and I realized I forgot to film a transition. We right now have 2 parts. We have a way of detecting when you type something wrong, and we have a way of remote controlling a TENS unit to shock you. So we gotta combine that together, so when I type something wrong, I get violently shocked. So far, all of my shocks were at level 3 to 4. For this, I increased it to maximum 10. So I'm gonna strap it on and type an essay and we'll see how it goes. Ah! Now the only way to quantify how much better this innovation is I'm going to do a typing test. First without this innovation, and then after. I'm going to compare how much better or worse I am. Alright, so my performance before the typing test was 100 words per second, roughly 98% accuracy. Ah! Ah! Now, clearly from this demo, you've seen just how much better this technology is. So if you want it, please comment and let me know so I can get rid of it. This actually hurts so much. You understand? Because it's set to maximum on every shot. For a second, you were just in hell. Goodbye.